Okay, we're going to warm up this morning. I'm going to have Ron stab my face again, as usual. I'm going to tell you, don't do this at home. Wear a mask. Now, what I'm doing right now is slightly different. I'm parrying late. I'm working on that because lots of times your knife's out here, and if you try to parry here, it's too late, or you try to countercut. He's always hit you. You want to move your face, and sometimes you can parry late, just before it hits you. So I'll wait to the last second and then push it off. Now, if you reach out here, so like I did that time, that can be good, especially this way. See, if I'm going to use movement, I'll do that because, see how my whole body's going to zone away from that as I lean back? I'm going to come back and transfer my weight, and then I'm going to bounce out and get my balance back. Okay, that's one way to do it. I'm training for worst case scenario here, okay? Which is you got caught, or your arm's out here, and then he stabs here, and you have to come back. Your arm's out. If you do this, like that, you're going to get hit. Then no one teaches that. I've never sought that taught. I've got over 2,200 tapes here on fighting, and mostly with weapons. A lot of it's unarmed, but I've never seen anyone say, hey, this wait, right? No one says if your arm's out here, and he goes to stab you in the face, you go here, it's going to be too late. Or even if you go here and you're trying to countercut him, you've got to come back. So, and this is one thing, when you arm's out here, you've got to come back or pick it up with the other one. If you reach out here, you're probably going to eat it at this range. Now, if you change, it goes again, and my arm's out here, and I lean back to get time, yeah, I can escape that way. But you can't always move your head. Sometimes it just happens so fast. If your arm's here, you got to come back. So one thing I'm going to drill a lot in this training session today, we're going to slow down. I'm going to have my arm extended, and I'm going to come back to parry. Come back to parry, 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 come back to parry. One of them going to hit me there. Now, if someone's working you like this is just a drill to build skill. But in a real fight, if someone's working you like that, move! Don't stay there and let him load 3 and 4 attacks on you. You better move or you're going to get overrun. Now, but on the same token, for the drill purposes, it's really good to get used to parrying and not running. Okay? Now, in a fight, though, first time I see that, I'm probably going to move. Okay? I'm not going to stay there and let him load up. I'm going to move around. I'm going to vacate that. Or, as he does that, I'm going to move and crash him. Or I'm going to move and attack. But I'm not going to let him. It's the same thing with gloves. Empty hand. Again, if I have empty hands, I'm not going to let him hit me like that. I'm going to go from here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put something back on him. I'm going to go bang, 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 bang. I'm going to do something to get him to break up. So I'm not sitting here defensively all the time, and I'm not doing anything. I'm going to come back and kick him in the head like that. You know, I'm not going to take it. Neither should you. But, here's the big but. Sometimes, worst case, if you train for the worst case, like I said before, I spent all my grappling time on the bottom. I train for the worst. If you train for the worst case, you're going to thrive. You're going to rock. If you get used to doing this, okay, you're not going to be freaked near as much as if this is the first time you ever felt that was that. If that's the first time you ever experience this is in a knife fight, you're probably not going to be able to respond correctly. So, slow down just a little bit. As I'm talking, it's hard to keep up with all this stuff. Move your head. Parry late. And go so slow that your arm's out here, it forces you to come back. So here, I have to come back. 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 Because I've noticed that many times when I'm really getting loaded on, I'll cut this. But it might not be just enough. It'll be a little bit late, and I'll almost get tagged a little bit with it because I hit here instead of here. Now look at, if you get this parry, see how you can go from that? If you get this, if you zone, you can go right from here. Here, here. Parry late, here. Parry late, here. Parry late, there. You see what you can get? You can also change levels. Parry late, drop. Parry late here, drop. Okay? Lots of stuff that you can do. You gotta get used to here, 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 here. And there, I had no choice but to zone out. I'd already got behind and I lost it. Okay? Sometimes you have to flip and run. If you can't run, move. That much. Even this much. Okay? Move. If the attack's coming up here, move. This is the bitch about knife fighting. It's just as much moving your feet as it is twisting your body. It's really hard on you. There's nothing I do in my training that's really any harder than knife fighting because of all the motion. You know, your head moves over here, your body moves. You know? Your head wants to move. When it comes at your head, look at the motion I got out of it. I want my head not to be there in that line. Move your head. Move your head.